Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hermator Scott back at you. Hey, I'm going to do a quick video here. It's going to be a little highway ride, so I'm going to show you how fast this ADV 150 goes. Also going to have some pictures and stuff from some of our subscribers, or just one of. I think I'll do one subscriber a video. They kind of send me pictures and stuff, so I think that's cool to share with the audience. But anyway, stay tuned for the highway ride and my rambling, and you guys take care. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thanks again for checking out the channel. I got some new subscribers recently, which is pretty cool. So yeah, keep it coming. I'm roughly a little over 330 something subscribers, and I'm shooting for 1,000 subscribers. So you'll see some changes here in the channel coming up, and I do appreciate the feedback that I get from my current subscribers about how to try to make this channel grow a little bit more. I'm going to start incorporating a little bit more into the videos, and I realized that I have the ADV 150, and one of my subscribers, Lori, said it was it's the same thing as a PCX 150, which I totally agree, because that's one of the machines I was eyeing up before the ADV came out. So again, this channel is open to anything. It's not really that it's only strictly for people that have the ADV 150. So I'm trying to think of ways, and any suggestions would help to include just making this pretty much a typical moto vlog channel, and trying to just get some ideas and everything where I can attract a bigger audience for just motorbikes in general, motorcycles, adventure bikes, things of that nature. So any comments would be greatly appreciated. So but today, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to do a highway run on this puppy. I don't really ride on the highway, but since this is early morning and I purposely did this, I think it's only around, I would say, 9 o'clock in the morning when I'm riding this thing. So I wanted to get on the highway before heavy traffic started up. So this will be a ride on a local highway that is real close to my neighborhood, and you'll see it's literally down the street a little bit. So I'm gonna, it's a cool morning. It's not really hot yet, so it's a beautiful morning right now. So I just want to show kind of the pickup on this thing, and how the ADV climbs in speed, and we'll see what the top speed, the biggest or the largest top speed I've ever had on this thing was 67 miles per hour. And I can feel this limiter start to kick in, where it kind of bounced off this rev limiter or some, I don't know what you call it, but it would not go past 67. So it'll be interesting on a cooler morning it's not really fully kind of warmed up all the way, so we'll see what happens. Check this out. there you go. Like I said, the highest I could get up to today was 64. I think, you know, I might have saw a 65 like flicker real quick. I can't remember, but yeah. So, you know, the issue with going this fast right now is just the wind, the full frontal wind on the head, and you know, the upper part of the body is just pretty excessive. And so, like I said, in the future, I'm going to probably invest in a good shield, a good windshield, or windscreen they call it. And I know one of my subscribers mentioned something that was found one on, I think, Amazon for around $36, which is amazing. The cheapest ones I've been able to find were like on eBay, which were almost double that, I think. So I'm going to have to investigate that a little bit more. But yeah, but you know, honestly, I don't really go on the highway ever. I just wanted to kind of show you guys how fast this thing could go again. I know I did another video on this earlier where I did a speed test and I was able to achieve 67. But right at 67, it has that little limiter that bounces back and forth. So it's kind of like you hit 67 and you can just feel it kind of like bounce off. So I don't know if they really call it a limiter or some type of issue with the pulley and, you know, the internal parts of the transmission. But whatever it is, it like 67 is about the max that this will go. Now there are upgrades, like I mentioned before, that you can do to get around that and get a little bit more out of this. But I think most of the people like myself who are purchasing an ADV 150 or a PCX 150, you know kind of going in what the limitations are, or you wouldn't buy one. Nobody's going to buy one and expect it to go 90 miles an hour, or if they did it, just simply not doing their due diligence and their homework and not understanding that. But you know, with a 150cc engine, you're not going to, you know, this is actually pretty quick. My son had a Honda Grom that was not 150cc. I think it was like 125cc. But the fastest thing I can get that up to was like, I say, like 50 miles an hour. It was pretty slow. Of course, you know, I was a little heavier than him, but I think I weigh about 215. I think right now, give or take, right? But so 64, 65 is plenty fast enough for the ADV, in my opinion. I don't need to go any faster than that. And my sweet spot is just like this, cruising around. Even this road's kind of fast for me. I like cruising around where it's generally, I don't know, I would say 35 to 45 is the highest speeds that I really care to go. I actually like just cruising around. I think my sweet spot gets a little bit lower each time I ride this thing, where I find myself enjoying the 25 miles an hour to 35 zones, just catting around the neighborhoods and, you know, the shopping centers and just checking out the sights. Some of these older, like the country road I'm on now, I think it's 45 miles an hour on this one, but the other road that I turned on that when I got right off the highway, that was 55. So you're still going pretty fast. And so these are nice, because these you can just take your time, and there's a lot of nice subdivisions and back roads you can just cruise around, and nobody's in a big hurry. But yeah, so I don't take this on the highway much, as you can tell. So there you go. That's a little preview of, if you are interested in this bike or the PCX 150cc engine, you know, just expect it when you get to about, you know, mid 60s. That's pretty much it, unless you do some advanced upgrades. So if you're looking for speed, you know, you probably want to opt in something with a little more cc horsepower, especially if you're using it for like commuting on highways on a regular basis, which I will never do. And I knew that going in. So I'm perfectly fine with the speed that this gets and the pickup on it, you know, and I don't really have any desire to go any quicker. So I think with an upgraded shield that'll block a little bit more wind, I think I won't mind the higher speeds as much, and maybe upgrade a seat down the road. But yeah, so that's about it for this one. Hang tight, I'll be right back. I mentioned this many a times. I like cruising around at low speeds, just, like, for instance, I'm going to go into this shopping complex. And it's kind of cool to just hop on. It's hard to do that on a very loud, obnoxious motorcycle. But with these things, you can, it's not hard. It's just, I don't know. I like the quietness. I like just driving around, cruising around like I am here with the slow speeds and just checking out the sights. And, it's really cool when you have a nice day like it is today. It was actually almost perfect weather right now. So this is the time where I like to get out and just, at very low speeds, this is just a shopping complex, as you can see. It's a very beautiful area. And being early in the morning like this, there's like hardly anyone out. And that's my cup of tea, man. I don't like a lot of traffic and people. And some people thrive on that craziness. But I like when it's quiet and calm. And like you can tell in this usually, if you come in here during the day, like midday or in the evening, there's lines of traffic. It almost becomes gridlock at times, because these are a lot of little restaurants and shopping things. So it's nice to come up here when there's nobody here. Beautiful. So that's what I'm doing, just riding around the little complex here. This shopping area has been man, I cannot talk this morning. I apologize. It's been around for like maybe a decade, I say. And, once in a while you'll see different shops get set up here. Sometimes people, with COVID and stuff, I think there was a few casualties as far as business, not people, but businesses that kind of lost out and had to, the rent here is probably sky high. I cannot even imagine what the rent costs for one of these even smaller little shops, but most of them are chain, bigger stores like corporations, like your TJ Maxx, Best Buy. But there is a few shops here that are smaller proprietor. Man, I can't even talk. Never mind. My gosh, I need some coffee. Excuse me. So I'm gonna get back on the road here. But that's kind of cool. Like I said, man, just driving around the little shopping complexes and in the back road. That's exactly what I bought this for. I did not buy this ADV 150 to go 100 miles an hour and weave in and out of traffic. And it's not a tool designed for that. These are commuter bikes, basically. The scooters and things like that, as you see in other countries, where like in Thailand and different parts of the world, they use these just to cruise around the slow roads and hop in and hop on and off of them and just do their thing. It's just meant for that kind of cruising. It's not meant to go on a road and commute on 65, 70 mile an hour highways. Now this is 55. Actually, this is not a major highway, but it's like one of those 2-lane and it goes into 1 lane, you can see up here, but this is 55. So as you can see, it climbs pretty well. It'll get up to 50 miles an hour in no time. But then, after about 50 miles an hour, you'll kind of gradually see this thing just, now I'm going 64. I can't remember if I got this to 65 on this stretch, but yeah, it'll get there. But that's about it, and yeah, I saw a little flicker of 65 miles an hour, so that's pretty cool. But again, no problem keeping up with traffic, but I wouldn't want to ride this thing on a highway like every day if I had to commute to work and everything. I guess you would get used to it, but just because of the wind and the force of the wind on your helmet and in the chest area, it's just not enjoyable for me. The wind kind of, you can see just when I put my wind above the shield, it's pretty forceful. So again, it's really not designed for that kind of thing. Some people like it, but whatever. Everybody's different, right? Anywho, that's it does the job. So anyway, yeah, this next section I wanted to do here is pretty cool. I'm starting to get some feedback from my subscribers, and it's really cool to see the engagement here. So now it is time for do the sub shout outs, the subscriber shout out. So again, this is one of our subscribers, Mark from Maryland, was gracious enough to send me some photos of his ride. Check it out. Apparently he parks it in his house, so that's pretty sweet, man. If my wife let me do that, I'd be a happy camper. I'm just kidding you, man. But looks like the attachment on the back there, the rest for the luggage rack, or they call it the box on the back. And here's a close-up of it. I would like to get one of these eventually. I'm not sure what model that is. I can't really tell. I'd have to zoom in on it. But it's cool to have extra storage, you know, on these bikes. And I don't really need it because I don't ride it that much right now. But that's what it looks like from afar. And that's a pretty hefty size rack and luggage compartment, it looks like. But yeah, that's pretty sweet, Mark. I like I said, I might do that down the road, so we'll see what happens. But thanks for the contribution, and again, I got some more from other subscribers that I'll probably do in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But again, if anyone out there is wanting to send me some photos of their ride and wants to have a shout out from the Herminator, just let me know. I'll gladly post it, and we'll go from there. Hey, yo, so anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool that the subscribers, you know, to the channel can, you know, kind of as a little community kind of say, so to speak, that, you know, like I said earlier in the video, I don't really have a, it's not really, a Moto Vlog can encompass a lot of different things. So just to let you guys know, I got a lot of stuff in my head stirring, you know, as far as what I might do with the channel going forward. It's starting to grow pretty nicely and starting to get a lot of great feedback from the community and the subscribers, which I really appreciate. This channel is a blast to do. I wish I had the luxury to do it full time, but again, I have a day job that consumes my life pretty much. So this is just a hobby for me right now, but I would be the happiest man alive if I could do something like this full time. Who wouldn't, right? So, you know, anytime we have hobbies that we can do on a regular basis and make a living or some revenue stream doing it, that's the ultimate goal in life, right? So I envy the folks that can do that. I really do. You know, it's whatever you put the time in. And the problem with me right now with this channel is finding time out of my day to even do this. There's very, very, it's impossible to do this channel when I'm working. I help manage an IT help desk, and even thinking about it gets me stressed, as you can tell. But no, it's just overwhelming. So this is something I do more for relaxation, and you know, I do this channel in my spare time, evenings, weekends. So you know, by the time you record the footage, and then you have to go into the video editing software like I showed you in the video that I did last, kind of some of my processes, anyway. It's a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing it, but again, it is time consuming. Now, if I could do this full time, it'd be a different story, and I could probably make this channel into something really special and find different angles to do where I could probably eventually do this full time. And that's kind of like my back burner goal is, you know, I don't want to work the next 10 years. You know, I'm getting to the age where at some point I'm going to have to, you know, step away and do something fun in life before I croak, so I can enjoy my life a little bit better. But that's the ultimate goal. So for this channel going forward, I think what I'm going to do is brainstorm on different ideas where I can encompass different things in the channel and make it a full-fledged moto vlog channel. And I know there's guys and gals out there making their livings doing a YouTube moto vlog channel. But with that said, you can't limit yourself to just one machine. You know, like I said, there's a guy out there that has probably almost 20 different bikes. One thing I thought of is maybe partnering or going to some of the dealerships around my area and see if they would let me do a demo where I can kind of do a review video on their product. You know, I think that's something that I'm going to pursue, and you know, show them my channel and see how professional it is. And who wouldn't want free marketing, right? Where I can demonstrate their products and go for a ride and do a video on it. So I think that's a good angle to start with. I know other video guys that do that, other moto vlog guys out there that will go to these different dealerships and kind of partner with them, and helps drive business for them, and it also helps drive the views and the interest in my channel. So that's kind of what I'm going to work on. Actually, the gentleman that I bought the ADV 150 from is probably my first contact. I'm going to see if their dealership might have any interest on that. And then I have my license. Actually, I don't. I have my temps. So I might have to get my full endorsement on my license, of course, before legally they can let me do that. You know, so that's another thing I got to work on, is actually going up to the silly BMV and doing the driver's test. That's a pain in the butt. But with this little ADV, man, it'll be a breeze. So it's just a matter of waiting in line and spending half your day at the BMV, you know, and going through all that garbage. It's outrageous, you know, how long you got to spend at the BMV. Basically waste your whole Saturday. But I got to do it, and you know, it is what it is. But anyway, again, guys, thanks for the engagement, and you know, if you do have anything to send me, if you want to be kind of like a shout out to you, go ahead and just send me an email. My email's at the bottom here. If you click on the little link down there that'll display my email, go ahead and do that, and I'll see if I can throw something together for you in the next video and give you a shout out. So I really enjoy it. So with that said, you guys take care. Be safe.